So working with angle bisector, what I did is I put this on the pointer on A. I made an arc that goes through both rays, labeled this B and C. Then from B, I made this mark, and then from C, crossed it, and then the last step is to connect this point to A. And then this point right here is Q. And so you can say angle CAQ is congruent to angle QAB. Because if this is an angle bisector, then this side of the angle is the same measure as this. Okay, and then when you're done with that, we'll flip to the next page. So we're not going to do number 4, we're just going to flip to the next page. Flipping. Okay, next page, right over. Okay, this construction is for parallel lines. It says it right here. So for the parallel lines construction, it's very popular on testing and different things, parallel lines. It's the most complex, like it's the most steps, but it combines steps that you already know. So it might not feel that crazy. So for these examples, they give us a line and then they have a point above the line. And what they want us to do is draw a line parallel to this through this point. So how they have us do this is we're just going to freehand it first before we use all the tools. We're going to draw a transversal that goes through that point like this. And then, so how this works is if you have congruent angles here, so if this angle is the same as this angle, then these two lines would be parallel because corresponding angles are equal. If corresponding angles are equal, then the lines are parallel. So essentially we're making two congruent angles, and once those angles are congruent, then we have parallel lines. So that's what we're working with. So now to do it with the tools to make it like actually accurate and precise. First step is you're going to use your straight edge to draw the transversal through point X and through that line. And make it kind of long because you want to be able to put an angle up here as well as here. Okay, and then this intersection right here is point A. The smaller you make your points, the more accurate everything will be. And for this, you have to be really precise for it to actually come out parallel. Okay, then, everybody good? The next step is to put your compass on A, and we're going to make an arc that goes through both of these lines. So you might have to adjust your compass so it's kind of smaller. You're going to make an arc here, and then immediately following, you're going to go up to X and make the same arc. So that way it's the same. So we're going to do A, just choose a compass measurement that goes through both rays. Like this. And then immediately following, I'm going up to X, making the same exact arc with the same exact measurement. So from A, made it arc, X, same arc. This intersection here is B, and then this is Q, and then this intersection is T. According to these instructions here, that's where I came up with those letters. It says label the intersection with point B, with line MB, and then this Q. Everybody got that? Okay, the next step, we're going to turn our paper upside down. And we are going to make the congruent angle. So I'm going to measure from Q to B and make a mark on B. And then immediately following that, put it on T and make a mark like that. So measuring from Q to B, then make a mark on point B. And then immediately following, put it on T, make the same mark. Like, ooh, I mess up a little bit sometimes. Q to B like this, and then I put it on T, same mark right here. And then this intersection right here is R. And again, the smaller your dots, actually more accurate it'll be. Yikes. And then the last step is just to connect X to R. Like that, in parallel lines. So yeah, I measured from Q to B, made a mark here, and then put it on T, same mark, labeled that intersection R, and now I have line XR is parallel to line AB. Okay, then I'll repeat the steps and I'll go through it step by step again because I know it's a lot to remember. So for number one, we're going to draw a line through point X and through the line, and then make it kind of long so you have room for both of the angles. Then this intersection is A. The smaller your dot, the more accurate everything will be. And then from A, I'm going to make an arc that goes through both of these, and then immediately go to point X and make the same arc. It's sliding. Okay, hold on. Go to X, same thing. Again, from A, made this arc, then went to X, same exact arc. This here is point B, this is Q, and this is T. You got it, Maya. If you get a hard one, just skip it and go back to it. Okay, then once you have that, flip this over. And then we are going to measure from Q to B. Make it as precise as you can. Make a mark on B. And then go to T. Make a mark like this. And this intersection is R. Right upside down. And the last step is just connect your dots because those will make the parallel lines. So XR, line XR is parallel to line AB. Yours are a little bit off. It's totally normal. It took me years to get mine pretty good. And even then, sometimes I fudge it a little bit. Just FYI. Okay, number two. So again, same steps. I'll walk through it step by step because I know it's a lot. So I'm going to draw a line through the point and through this line. This is point A. Then I'm going to draw an arc that goes through both rays or both lines, and then I'll go up to X and do the same thing. Made an arc from A and then made the same arc from X. This is B and Q, and this is T. Then I'm going to flip this over, upside down, measure from Q to B, and make a mark on B. Maybe do mark this. Mark on B, and then go to T, same mark. So measured from Q to B, made a mark, then put it on T, same mark, and then this is R. XR is parallel to a Okay, and then we aren't doing page 9, so you can just cross that off. And then once you're done with this, we flip to the next page. Pretty good. Okay, next page. So on this is the hardest one and the most complex, but it also comes up all the time. So I want to make sure to like really take our time with that. For the next couple, they get a lot easier. So it'll feel a lot easier. We're only going to do 2 examples on each page. For this one, they're going to give us a line and a point on the line. And all they want us to do is draw a perpendicular line through that point. Okay, cool. So how are we going to do that with our compass? Zoom in here. And so it says place the compass tip on point A. And you need to make a mark on this side of the line. So my compass is a little bit big. I need to adjust it and make it smaller. So that way it actually makes a mark on the line. So I just adjusted it smaller. I'm going to make a mark right here. And then on the other side of the A, I'm going to make the same exact mark, like this. So from point A, I made a mark over here, and then using the same measurement, put it on A, I made the mark over here as well. So now A is the midpoint of my 2 marks. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a mark above. I might even need to expand my compass a little bit just to make sure that it reaches and crosses. I'm going to make a mark here, and then using the same measurement, I'm going to go to this intersection and make this mark. So from here, made a mark above, and then went here, immediate falling, made the cross, and then I'm just going to connect that intersection to point A. Very good. Okay, and then the next, we're going to do number 3 on this page just because it has the most space. Okay, so we got that. Now I'm going to do the same steps again for number 3. And make a mark on this side of A, make the same mark on the other side of A. Just make sure it fits on the line both ways. And it does. Okay, so I just made A the midpoint. I made a mark over here, then made the same mark on this side. Then I'm going to expand my compass just a little bit and then make a mark up above like this. And then using that same measurement, go here and make the same mark so it crosses. And then connect this. Okay, then we'll move to the next page. Very good. Next page. Over here for this one, they're giving us a line and a point above the line. And they want us to draw a line through that point that's perpendicular to the line. Okay, we can do that. Okay, so we're gonna flip our paper upside down, actually. And then we're gonna put the pointer on P, and we need our compass. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller for this. I need my compass to pass through this line here and then over here. So let me show you what I'm doing. Putting the pointer on P, it's going to pass here, and then I'm going to keep going around, and it passes again over here. So like P made a mark right here, then continued, and then right here. So I needed to make 2 marks on the line. So now P is the middle of these 2 marks. So again, I put it on P, made sure my compass would fit and cross twice. You may have to like make your compass a little bit smaller. Then from these 2 points, so these 2 points of the intersection, I'm going to make the cross. So I'm expanding my compass a little bit and then making a mark here, and then same distance, make the mark here. So again, from here, made a mark, and then same from here. And then I will connect point P to that intersection. And then this line is perpendicular to that line through point P. And then we're going to do number 1 right here. So we're only going to do 2 on the page, this one and number 1. So for this, make mark here, I need to make my compass smaller again so it fits. So from point P, make this mark. And then over here, make this mark. So again, from point P, I made this mark and this mark. And then once I had those two, I can make the cross here and here. And then connect this to point P. Okay, and then once you have that done, we'll move to the next page. Okay, next page. So 12 and 13. I'm going to zoom out so you can see everything. So 12 and 13, we're actually not going to do either of these pages, so just cross it out. Cross out 12 and 13. Cross out 12, cross out 13. Cross out 12 and 13, and then the next page is the quiz. It's been here all along. Quiz. Right here. So what you're going to do, is do the quiz. It's all multiple choice. It's pretty straightforward. You can look back at your packet too if you feel like there's something that would help you. For some of them, you're going to have to do the construction to figure it out. For example, like number 5, it wants to know where you would cut this piece of pie so that the boys would have equal pieces. And you can't really tell which point you would cut through. So you'd have to do like the angle bisector construction to figure it out. And so you just like do the construction here and then like draw your line and you could tell which point you would cut through. So some of them you'll have to do the constructions. For example, number 7 wants a perpendicular line through point Z. So you have to do this construction we just did where we do like these points here like that. And like just use the construction to figure out what it is. And the rest should be pretty straightforward. So you're going to complete this, answer the 8 questions, turn it in. Then clean out your math folder. So it's the end of the quarter, so throw away any graded papers. There's boxes and stuff you can throw it away in, and then turn in any ungraded papers. So you won't need any of your graded papers. If we do have like an exam or something where you need to know that stuff, I'll have a review for you. And yeah, turn in any ungraded papers, and then after that, finish Alex. I also have the list up on the board. If you have 6 or more Alex done at the end, you can ask to get your phone. I'll also play the morning announcements in the background too, so you can watch that if you're able to watch it last class. And that's all.